Hey, this is a video from WPCodeBox, and in this video I would like to show you why it's not a good idea to echo content from a shortcode, but instead you should always return the value you want. In the first part of the video I will show you the wrong and the correct way to output content from a shortcode, and in the second part I will show you why that happens, and we're gonna build our very own shortcode system, very simple, and you're gonna understand how WordPress processes the shortcodes in the background and what happens exactly. So if you're interested in the correct way to do it, just watch the first part. If you want to see me go into more detail, check out part 2. I will leave links in the description below. So let's get started. So here I have an example of a shortcode, very simple shortcode that outputs the current year. So this is the wrong way to do it. We add the shortcode and we echo content from it. So here we echo the current date. So let's go ahead and enable this snippet. And on this page I added this shortcode, and here we can refresh and see what happens. The shortcode appears at the top and not in the page content as it should. Okay, so now the correct way to do it is to return the content you want. So in this example we return the date. Let's enable the snippet, and now if we refresh the page we see the year in the content of the page. So yeah, you should always return from a shortcode. Sometimes you might have more complex code in your shortcode logic. So in this example we have a for loop that shows that iterates through the first 10 digits, and we want to output them. So we established that doing this it's not the correct way to do it. So what are our options? So first we can define a return variable. Let's initialize it to an empty string, and then in our for loop we can append the digits to the return statement, to the return variable, sorry. And now at the end we return the first 10 digits. Let's try it. First 10 digits, save. The snippet is enabled, refresh, and we see the first 10 digits where they should. Sometimes we might have even more complex logic in our shortcode. So for example, we can have multiple for each loops, or stuff like conditionals. So if we don't want to drag this return variable around and append every content we want to it, we can, as an alternative, we can use PHP's output buffer. To use the output buffer, we're going to call the ob_start at the beginning of our shortcode, and at the end we're going to say that our variable return equals to ob get clean, and now we can echo our number. So what this does, when you call output buffer start, it will PHP will not, any output you add using echo will not go to the output, but it will be saved in this buffer. So basically when we echo here, nothing will be shown to the screen. Now at the end, when we say that our return variable is output buffer get clean, everything we echoed between here and here will be saved in this variable, and nothing will be outputted. And now we can just return the variable as normal, and everything works as it should. So yeah, this is a good alternative to use the output buffer when you want to have complex logic and still echo what you want to do. You can use even HTML here or stuff like that. It won't matter. So let's try even with some HTML. So for example, we close the PHP, we open it here, and let's say we want to have a strong long tag, and we echo the I inside here. Okay, and now when we refresh, you can see we have the numbers in bold and everything works as it should. So yeah, this is my recommended way of working with content in shortcodes. Just use the output buffer, start it at the beginning, get the contents at the end, and then return what you outputted. And in the next part of the video, we're going to look at why this happens, why it's not a good idea to echo directly from a shortcode by implementing a simple shortcode system. Okay, so if you want to know more, this is a simple shortcode system as WordPress does it, but we built it in our own editor, so you can understand what's happening. So instead of shortcodes, I named it short scripts. Not a very good name, I know. So instead of add shortcode, we created our own method add short scripts, and instead of do shortcodes, I created my method do short scripts. And now we add a short script named year. We use this syntax to parse it, and we add the function that will return the date. So we have here our content, it's just some dummy content, and we have our short script embedded inside it. And at the end we do short script for the content. I set this up as a manual running snippet in WPCodeBox, so it's easier, and we'll see the output down here for this simple example. So when we run the code, we can see we have the year here replaced by the actual year. So let's see what happens. When we add a short script, we say we add the short script code and the filter function. That's what shortcodes are, basically filters. So we store the short scripts in this variable and we save it here. And when we do the actual short scripts, we pass in the content. So in our case, it would be this dummy text. And then we go to the short script variable, and for each, we get the content. So here is where everything happens. We go to each registered short scripts, and for every one we get the output of the function we passed. So in our case is this function that returns the year. And then we replace the short script with the actual output from the function here. So here is where you can see the problem. We call the function before returning the content. So if our function would return something here, so let's say we say echo instead of return and run the snippet, we can see the year is at the beginning, because this is where the year will be echoed. And then the content will replace the short script with this output, which is nothing. We return basically null here. And we return the content and we echo it here. So you can see why the echo will happen before echoing our actual content. So now when we return here, what happens is that when we call this filter function, we get the year in this short script output variable, and then we replace it, and then we return the content further. And when we echo it here, we have the right content. So you can see here the year is where it should. So yeah, I hope this would be helpful for you, and it will help you better understand the shortcodes and how to work with them correctly. For more videos like this, don't forget to register or subscribe to the channel. Thank you.